Every year, homeowners across America look at a dead or dying tree in their yard and call someone to cut it down. It looks broken, ugly, dangerous, a hazard waiting to fall. But what if that dead tree is actually more valuable to wildlife than it ever was alive? What if removing it doesn't clean up your yard? It evicts an entire neighborhood of animals that have nowhere else to go. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll think twice before removing a dead tree that isn't actually in your way. We've talked about how a living oak feeds an entire ecosystem. What almost nobody talks about is what happens after a tree dies. Most people assume dead means done, useless, waiting to be cleared away. But foresters and wildlife biologists have a different name for a standing dead tree. They call it a snag. And they'll tell you a forest without snags is a forest missing an entire layer of life. Here's the reveal that surprises almost everyone. Wildlife biologists will tell you a tree can actually provide more habitat dead than it ever did alive. Once a tree dies and starts to soften, it becomes something a living tree never can, an apartment complex with hundreds of move-in-ready units, built into bark, hollow trunk, and rotting heartwood. Insects move in first, drawn to the decaying wood. Then the woodpeckers arrive, hunting those insects. Then, once a woodpecker excavates a cavity and moves on, that hole doesn't go to waste. Owls, wood ducks, flying squirrels, and dozens of other species move in behind them. One dead tree, an entire vertical neighborhood, floor by floor. Here's something almost nobody knows. Only about 30 bird species in North America are actually capable of excavating their own nest cavity out of solid wood. Woodpeckers are the main ones doing that heavy lifting. Every other cavity-dependent species, close to 80 more bird species, plus over 100 kinds of mammals, can't build their own home. They rely entirely on a hole a woodpecker already carved out. No snag. No woodpecker cavity, no home for dozens of species that were never built to dig their own. A dying or dead tree isn't just sitting there rotting quietly. It's swarming, quite literally, with wood-boring beetles and larvae feeding on the decaying wood. That sounds like a problem. It's actually the opposite. Woodpeckers depend on exactly that food source, hammering into snags to pull out the insects living inside. In the process, they're doing pest control for the entire surrounding forest, keeping insect populations that could otherwise damage healthy living trees in check. Remove the snag, and you remove the insect's home, but you also remove the woodpecker's dinner table. Once a cavity is carved out, it rarely goes to just one species. Over the years, a single snag can pass hands from a woodpecker to an owl, to a squirrel, to a swarm of honeybees, one after another, each new resident taking over a home it never had to build. Wood ducks specifically look for cavities near water to raise their young. Flying squirrels move into abandoned woodpecker holes to nest and stay warm through winter. A live, healthy tree can't offer any of that. It's solid, sealed, no vacancies. Eventually, every snag falls. And even then, its job isn't finished. Once on the ground, a fallen dead tree becomes shelter for salamanders, snakes, mice, and shrews, while its slow decay recycles nutrients back into the soil and creates the exact conditions new tree seedlings need to sprout. If it falls near water, it's even more valuable. Fallen dead wood in streams provides critical shelter for young fish, keeping them safe from predators until they're big enough to survive in open water. The tree's usefulness didn't end when it died. It just changed jobs. One more detail most people never notice. Birds of prey use tall, bare snags as hunting perches, since the lack of leaves gives them a clear, wide view of the ground below to spot rodents and other prey. Take away the snag, and you take away one more tool predators use to naturally keep rodent populations under control, right in your own backyard. Now, to be completely fair, this isn't a blanket rule to never remove a dead tree. If a dead tree is close enough to a house, driveway, or power line that it could genuinely hurt someone or damage property when it falls, that's a real safety concern, and removal is the responsible call. An arborist can help you tell the difference between a manageable hazard and a genuine risk. But wildlife biologists generally recommend leaving several snags per acre wherever it's safe to do so, specifically because they're in such short supply. Foresters know a dead tree standing safely at the back of a property, far from anything it could damage, is worth far more left standing than hauled away. The mistake isn't removing a dangerous tree, it's removing a harmless one just because it looks messy. That dead tree at the edge of the yard isn't waiting to be cleaned up. It's already working. Right now, somewhere inside it, a beetle larva is feeding. A woodpecker is listening for it. A cavity from 3 years ago is sheltering a family of flying squirrels that never had to build a thing. A living tree gives generously for decades. A dead one keeps giving for just as long, in a completely different way, feeding insects, housing birds, sheltering mammals, and eventually feeding the soil that grows the next generation of trees. The question isn't whether that tree still has a purpose. The question is how many species are already depending on it, whether you've noticed them or not. If you've got a dead tree standing somewhere on your property that isn't actually a hazard, maybe let it stay a little longer. And subscribe, because next time, we're looking at another tree everyone's quick to cut down for the wrong reasons.